$70 for a broken game? Welcome to Borderlands 4, where even RTX 5090 owners are getting 30 FPS stutterfests. When Nvidia has to warn you before launch that your game might not run properly, you know you've screwed up. Borderlands 4 drops September 12, 2025, and let me tell you, this launch has been an absolute train wreck. We are talking about one of the most anticipated looter shooters of the year turning into what Steam users are literally calling a stutter-ridden mess. The game currently sits at mostly negative reviews on Steam just hours after launch. That's not a type of mostly negative. For a AAA franchise like Borderlands, this is catastrophic. Today we're diving deep into exactly what went wrong, why Gearbox seems to have completely fumbled this launch, and what this means for the future of the franchise. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the performance. And oh boy, where do I even begin? According to multiple sources and early reviews, Borderlands 4 is experiencing severe stuttering and hitching, especially when moving between different areas, frequent crashes. Players are reporting the game just completely crashes to desktop. Major frame rate drops, and get this, even with top-tier hardware like RTX 5090 and AMD's 9950X3D. But here's where it gets even worse. Just hours before launch, Nvidia dropped a performance update essentially warning PC players that they might struggle to run the game. That's like a restaurant putting up a sign saying our food might make you sick right as you're walking in. And Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford, he's out here on social media basically saying older hardware won't provide buttery smooth performance. Dude, we're not talking about hardware from 2010, we are talking about systems that run every other modern game just fine. Now let's talk about something that should have been a massive red flag for everyone, the review embargo situation. Gearbox decided to not send out review copies until after launch. Let me repeat that no media outlets got to review this game before it went live for purchase. This is what we call a review embargo, and it's almost always a sign that the publisher knows their game has serious problems. When a company is confident in their product, they want reviews out early to build hype. When they are scared, they hide behind launch day and hope people buy first, ask questions later. The community saw right through this. Fans have been experiencing frustration about this decision for days, calling it a red flag for the game's quality. Turns out they were absolutely right. Let's look at what actual players are saying on Steam right now. Unoptimized and horrible. Terrible optimization. None of my friends can get the game to start past main menu. Terrible performance. The Reddit gaming communities are absolutely roasting this launch. Multiple threads are discussing the poor optimization, with players comparing it unfavorably to other recent Unreal Engine 5 games. So, what's actually causing these problems? Several factors seem to be at play. First, Borderlands 4 runs on Unreal Engine 5, which has become somewhat infamous for optimization problems. Even Epic Games' own CEO has acknowledged there are development process issues with Unreal Engine 5 optimization. Second, there's speculation that the Nuva anti-piracy software might be contributing to performance issues. This is a common complaint with modern PC games. The very software meant to protect the game ends up hurting the legitimate paying customers. 12 hours after the game's release, people have found ways to increase FPS. They've done so by searching for optimal settings and by directly diving into the game files and manually expanding the game cache from 10 GB to 100 GB. This increases FPS by 2 to 3 times. My main question for the developers is why should players have to do this, and why should they have to pay $70 for it? The graphics in-game are far from realistic, they're just a stylized cartoon that uses a lot of video memory. Gearbox keeps promising their day one patch will fix things, but honestly, if you need a day one patch to make your game actually playable, maybe you shouldn't have launched it yet. This isn't just about Borderlands 4. This represents a broader trend in gaming industry where publishers are willing to release broken products and fix them later. It's becoming normalized and it's absolutely unacceptable. Think about this. People spend $60–70 of their hard-earned money expecting a polished experience from an established franchise. Instead, they got what many are calling a beta test disguised as a full release. There are also lots of posts online from people who are confused because they're receiving the pre-order version of the game with extra skins and appearances, even though they didn't pre-order and bought the game on the day it was released. After doing some research on this topic, I found that this set is automatically received when you upgrade to the new Nvidia 50 series graphics card. Thank you, it's cool, okay? That is a reason to buy it, you know? The Borderlands franchise has been built goodwill for over a decade. One botched launch like this can seriously damage that reputation. Just look at what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red is still recovering from this disaster years later. So, here's my take. If you were planning to buy Borderlands 4, hold off. Wait for patches, wait for performance improvements, wait for the game to actually work properly. Your money is too valuable to waste on a broken experience. From my personal experience, it is not worth supporting large companies with pre-orders or encouraging the rushed production of games. Such actions give them the impression that players will tolerate anything and still buy the game, which will encourage developers to continue releasing games in the same way. What do you think about this launch disaster? Have you experienced these performance issues yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and I hope all the games you're waiting for are released in excellent condition. See you soon!